Wednesday, December 15th, and we're in the middle of Spirit Week on the show. So today's theme...
Ugly Sweater Day.
Yay! All of us wearing ugly sweaters, and we'll be posting pictures and videos on our social media all morning. Last night at my house, we celebrated Christmas, kind of.
Really?
Already?
It was around 5 o'clock, and my wife sends a group text to the family. At 6:15, we're getting COVID tests, and afterwards, it's Taco Tuesday, and then we're celebrating Christmas.
Oh.
Nothing says Christmas like COVID tests and Taco Tuesday.
2 out of 3 of those are awesome.
On a group text. And so that's what happened. And so we busted out Christmas, and it was interesting because we got, presents from, Grandma, Grandpa, from, Blake's dad, and then we got presents from my sister. And I don't know, my sister's turning into that one aunt that sends presents that everyone's like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
So Jake, my oldest son, who's 18, opened up his present, and it was called a shock potato. It's a potato, and I should probably bring it in here when we play. It's a potato, and you turn it on, and there's levels of extreme, mild, and it shocks you. So it's hot potato.
Oh,
You throw it to the group, and I guess you see how long you can hold it as it shocks the hell out of you.
That sounds kind of fun.
I think it sounds really fun.
Within seconds, it turned into shock ball potato.
Oh, no, your boy.
Then it turned into, why would she give this to Jake? He's going to shock us in the middle of the night when we're sleeping. Then it turned into, put it up Dutch's butt shock potato. Then it turned into just violence in my living room with the potato.
How could she predict that?
it was Christmas got put on hold as the three of them beat the hell out of each other with the potato.
They loved it. They knows them so well.
That was unbelievable. And then she got the other two of these weird little basketball nets that they couldn't even figure out. I mean, and I called her. I go, "You're turning into the weird aunt that sends." I remember, when my wife's mother was like that. She sent my kids weird presents. Like they were 6 months old and they got a calculator. You know what I mean? So weird. Man. And then we brought out. Then Jake, my son, got the samurai sword.
Oh, you gave it to him already?
And that didn't turn to violence, but the potato did?
Oh, that almost turned to violence. Why? What is with you guys? Why are you giving Jake all these weapons?
Was he
fun.
jacked, though? I'm sure he was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was jacked. But you remember, he's an Eagle Scout, so he does know how to use weapons. Now,
responsibly.
As an Eagle Scout, you're not trained on a shock potato, but you're trained for knives and guns and stuff like that. So he was, very responsible. Very responsible. But also, earlier in the week, my wife, her car had that tire sensor go off, where it's like, hey, the back tire's low. And she was doing Christmas wishes for us. So she was like, can I take your car? Will you take my car to get the tire fixed, So, and when she asked me to do that, to me, it's, discount tire. They fill it up with air. Mm-hmm. So I was driving her car for a while. And, when you drive your car, you're used to everything in your car, right? So even when I pull up into the garage, I pull up in the garage and I park, I know where to park. And I think I drove her car for 3 days, and I didn't like it because I liked my car. She drove, and I was nervous about her driving my car because whenever she drives my car, something happens. She bangs into a pole or scratches something. And so she came home, and she called me. She said, hey, I came home. I'm done with your car. No issues. It's perfect. I'm like, great. I come home, pull up in the garage, close the garage door, and I can tell as the garage door's closing that I didn't pull in far enough.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, no. And I run over to the garage door because you know how garage doors, a million times your hand goes in front of the garage door and it goes back up. Mm-hmm. I put my hand underneath it. Nothing. It's still going down. And I go underneath the door and I'm holding it like this. And it's still coming down. And it's coming down. And boom, boom, boom. And it hits her bumper, hits whatever. And then, sure enough, it took off a bunch of paint off the thing.
Oh, bummer.
I know.
You even got into the garage.
I did, man. I did everything you could. Every time. I can't tell you how many times my foot will go on the garage door and the sensor shoots it back
I'm
up.
surprised.
That's
I
so
know.
weird.
I'm so pissed.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
So I'm like, see, why'd you have to borrow my car?
Oh, so it's her fault.
You would have borrowed my car. We would have to park in my garage.
No.
Either way, she knows she's getting blamed for whatever.
Yeah, you flipped it real quick.
So, but speaking of driveways and garages, what happened to your situation, Suzette?
Well, I'm driving out of my garage this morning, and I always look at my camera to make sure that there's nothing behind the car because it's so dark. We leave, it's like pitch black outside, and I'm making sure there's nothing there. But I see kind of like there's stuff all over the floor. So I back up slowly, and I see that there is literally trash all over my driveway. I guess like last night was super windy.
It was.
And it's trash day for us today. So the trash bins were knocked over, and one of the bags wasn't closed. So all that trash, it's like disgusting. Diapers and everything.
You're going to get all the animals in the neighborhood having lunch at your place.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, okay, either one of the bags was open or some dog or cat, something went in one of the bags and ripped it open. But I'm just staring at it, and it kind of looks like one of those scenes like in The Walking Dead where it's like trashed and the world's coming to an end. And I'm looking, and I'm like contemplating, should I like pick some up? And then I just drive away, and I'm like, that sucks for Mr. Baby.
Yeah. You just slowly drove away like you didn't see it.
Yeah.
It happened after you left.
Like
I
Rich
didn't even want
said,
to take pictures.
Yeah.
I would be like, you know what? It's kind of like an animal smorgasbord out here.
Have at
I
it,
feel
guys.
like it's my duty to leave it out for them.
Welcome,
Who
raccoons.
wants some? Anybody? It is the time to have the spirit of giving.
You just got to make sure there's no tire marks or any of that stuff so he thinks that
I
you
know.
didn't see it.
I want him to be like, oh, guess what happened? Like, all
Yeah.
this shit. Really? Oh, that must have happened like when I left.
Yeah. Oh, no way. I must have spooked the animals or something when I left or something.